Hi, this is Pam from Bug Bites and continuing from where we left off in part 1.
Here is paper doll. First, what I'll do is go and switch this actual button off. I set my cursor height to 3 and first I'll select the paper doll and come back. I've got a paper doll. So let me increase the height. So I want to dress him up. I don't want him like that. So that's what is called layering, and it's so easy. You can leave it grouped like that. It's preferable that you leave it grouped because see what happened when I click there. The number of the cursor is 3. I don't want that. When you do that, you see that the height is 5. I want that same height here. So I'm showing you this instead of grouping because if you group automatically the cursor will be 5 and you can select the image. But if you make a mistake and see that it's not getting dressed, this might most probably be the reason. So now I have it ungrouped. So now I set the cursor to the same height the main figure is. You can see which is the main figure by going into your cartridge book or from the Cricut cartridge library information. So once I tap out, now let me choose a nice pant for him and a basic shirt. Or why should I make it a boy? Let me make it a girl. I'll choose that. As I'm choosing everything together, it's going to be grouped. Let me go there. Now I can always tap out and this time set the cursor as 5. Let me put some hair. We don't want a baldy. So I'll select the hair. And see, we have a nice dress and everything. So to just check whether it fits, of course I have to ungroup it. Then select each individual one and bring it to see if that fits. And yes, it fits. But unfortunately that hair doesn't look nice. This was supposed to be a girl. But anyway, this is what layering does. Let's go to the next one. This is the cut button. I press. Of course, the Gypsy is not connected to the Cricut, but this is the load mat. And if the mat is already loaded, that'll be unload mat.
This is the actual cut button which you will press for cutting.
Here, this is the multi-cut buttons. It will quickly take you from a single cut to a multi-cut. And when you press here, that's the advanced key. And this is kerning. So I'll go back to the thing and group these together. I'll go to advanced, and when I press kern, it will bring me again to this numpad. Please watch the earlier video. I'm just pressing the arrow to show what's happening. Look how they are coming back together. So that's kerning. And this button here is a rotate button. I can rotate it by always tapping. When that turns red, whichever box turns red, that means you've targeted that. So again, numpad, and that turns. Next is skewing. I don't play with this button too much because if I skew my stuff, it does not translate into Cricut Design Studio. So since I want to keep transferring between cut files and Gypsy files, I usually don't do that. I don't go there at all. Yes, I've changed the screen and I've chosen some letters now. Anytime I want to increase the mat, I want to see closer, all I have to do is press the top zoom button. The lower one is the pan button. I just have to hold, click on it once, click on it twice, click on it, that's the maximum. And if this is a cool thing, you keep your scale here, this will match up exactly to an inch. Now This is the way you pan. You can press the zoom button and pan, but sometimes it affects the image. See? Once again, pressing the zoom will bring it back to the original screen. So that's how you get out of the zoom mode. But I don't want to get out of the zoom mode. And now I'll press the lower button and then drag the mat where I want the letters to be. So that's the way I pan, zoom and pan. Let me kern it. I prefer a negative number of 0.4. I usually find that almost always overlaps it. I always zoom and check whether it's overlapped and then tap the individual thing till it turns purple and move that. Nudge it. This is called nudging. These are the nudge keys where I can move that. Since only this is purple, I don't want it that way. I'll just go out and then go select everything together. It's grouped for me. If it's not, please go and group it. You can see my earlier videos about welding. So this is the weld key. When you weld it, you'll find that it's welded and you can always preview, and what is in red will cut. So that's the welding key. Now these two are the flip buttons. If I flip, so I can always flip it back, and this is flipping the other way. Let's flip it back. And now suppose I want to copy and paste. It's so easy. Once it is selected, if I press this button, it does both the copy and paste for us. When that's selected, if I push these buttons, these are the sizing button. I'll just zoom out a little bit so that you can see this plus button. Now remember, this is selected still in blue. When I press this, it takes me, press this properly, it takes me to this number. It's the second page, and you can see that all that is in gray. So this is what is the template. These will not cut. It's just a template to help you in where to place. It's telling in that first mat, this is where I got the image. So if you want to place that image right here, I have it for you right and ready. Now let's go and see in the first. To make sure that that's selected, I go to page 2 and I paste. Voila! You have that same letters here on the second page. So this is how you copy and paste across. I think I've shown you almost all the buttons. And okay, not the keyword search. I would not use this at all. If you have Linda's Cricut cheat sheet, that's much better than this, or even your CDS is much better than this, but you still have the key where you can just go like this and put all the words. It will bring you, suppose I say alien, and press OK. It is looking and it says that there's an alien in paper doll, but there are aliens other place too. It doesn't bring that. If I click on that, it'll bring me to this. When it works, it's nice. It'll bring me and show me exactly where. If you do it, I think you'll see much clearly. It's telling me that shift lock should be on, and this is that button. Go ahead and press. That's what you're going to get. I'll say okay, and it'll bring me the alien back in the queue because I didn't tap out there. I can quickly just select that and bring it down, and remember it's still grouped. So when I do that, there's a selection box goes across the whole thing, showing me that everything is grouped. And of course, one main button is the menu button, which brings us here where you can save the file or save it as and change your mat size. Then you have to go and save it for it to get reflected the next time. And of course, the help button and the exit button. And if you say that I've got here wrongly, just press cancel and you'll come back. Thank you for watching. I hope this was a little bit helpful.